All right, we've goofed around enough. Let's go inside.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I guess you get to come in.
Come on, Mark.
Come in, sir. Where's Steve Marcus? How do you do?
Am I supposed to go in?
Yeah, you come with me. Yeah, I'll give you a boot.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Get some pictures.
All right, now listen carefully. We're going to show you how to fly it, but you got to pay attention. All right, this is how you steer. You can go any direction you want with that. The helicopter will go in that direction. It doesn't take anything to fly it. Doesn't matter whether it's you or your dad or me. There's no strength involved. You can do it just as well as long as you don't move it a lot. If you're real careful and you're really gentle, you can almost fly it around the pattern and land it without anybody seeing this move. But all it takes when I fly it, I just have my hand here. I don't grab it like that and don't do like in movies like this. And just right here and real calm, and you can do anything you want. All right, if you want to go up and down, see this? Look on your side of the seat over there. You got one just like it. All right, you pull up on it, the helicopter will take off. We'll sit here and run all day and nothing will happen until we do that. And what happens then when you pull that up, see the blade? The blade goes like, is sitting here going around like this, and when you pull up on that, the blade turns up. And that's where you get your lift. So that's how we go up and down. So if we want to make the houses look small, we pull up. If we want to make the houses look big and we want to get closer to them, we push down. All right, the pedals, they're hooked to the tail rotor back there. Now if we pick it up to a hover and just hold it right here, and we want to turn it around and look the other way, we'd use the pedals and we'd pull it around with the tail rotor. Now it gets kind of complicated because the minute we start pulling up on this one, we have to compensate with those because we're adding power to it and it wants to twist around down here. All right, this one's the emergency drop for the water in case we were to get in trouble. Here's a trigger here, or you can pull that. See that? It goes two ways. One's to talk on the radio and the one up here, the high one, we'd be talking just inside the helicopter. The helicopter is extremely noisy. It's not a pleasant thing to be in. It shakes and shudders and squirms. And so we wear the helmets and we talk through the intercom system.
Where are the helmets?
They're in the back. All right, this one, it's the trim release here. See where my thumb is? All right, that's what that's for. And that's just, the trim is what just holds the stick in place. And that releases it. All right, down here, of course, we all know that that's the AFCS release. That's the automatic flight control system. And it's supposed to make it semi-stable. When you turn that off, it's really unstable. It's a difficult helicopter to fly, and I've flown a lot of helicopters. It seems like all it does is make it semi-reasonable. I think what happened was the first test flight way back in the early 60s, they took it out, flew it, and the test pilot came back and said, "Igor, this thing stinks. We need some more stability." So it's one of the early stabilization systems for a helicopter.
Okay. What year is this one?
This is about a 1964.
Wow, vintage.
Yes, it is. But helicopters go economically obsolete, not performance-wise usually.
Okay.
Dad, look.
Yep, he's on the deck. Okay, let's see. We got two engines, so we got two sets of instruments in there.
What instrument?
What's that? All these. Those are for the engines. Now that one tells you how fast you're going. That one tells you how much power you're pulling. That one tells you how fast the engine's turning. All right, this one over here tells you how high you are. That one tells you how fast you're going up or down. So this is a vertical speed. And you have the same thing over there.
Is this single pilot, or
No,
do you have to have two pilots?
It's certified two pilots.
Okay.
Originally,
The third seat?
it was designed to sky crane. What we can do is we'll put a remote stick there like an F-16.
Okay.
And if we're building towers or something, you work from there.
Okay.
And he'll be out the back. But it's,
The crane operator here.
theoretically, yes, it's
Okay.
just he's just another pilot, and he'll be his specialty is
Switch over?
I think you were essentially correct first time with crane operator, and he's very matter of fact, Max Evans, it's one of our construction pilots, very special.
Okay.
That's essentially, if we were to turn on all kinds of power, would be a compass. Tell us what direction we're going.
Is there one over there?
Yep, just like it.
It's almost the same exact thing, Dave.
It is, but see, it's wide enough that you have two sets of flight instruments, we call those, and then we have the engine instruments, etc. here in the center where you can see them both. Push it. See, it's not going to go anywhere because we don't have the engines running. We don't have the power steering on.
What does it do?
Well, it does two things. Like I said, you use that to pull the tail around if you want to turn around here, and the other thing is on the top of it there where you had your foot, that's the brakes for the wheels if you're like when we taxied in here. Now it all seems like it's real hard, but that's because it's not running. When we got it running, it's very gentle and very easy to control. Well, you see what'll happen is you'll have these, you'll get the engines operating and then you're wide open and you just leave them there. All right, David, why don't you come on out this way before I...
Oh, okay.
Well, we go to school earlier for adventures, don't we?
Oh, wow.
That's where you
Thank you guys.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for coming out.